Hello, this is Bryony.
Hello.
And I'm Ian, and today we're going to show you the best way of pitching your endurance refuge tent. So first of all, we're going to take all the components out of the outer tent bag. Now, all endurance tents are built for group expeditions, so would generally recommend that they're pitched by 2 to 3 persons. What we would recommend is to save the loose bags blowing away in the wind, is to first take all the loose bags and pop them into a pocket, like of your rucksack pocket, for example. So first of all, we want to unroll the tent, the fabric. Right, now clipping together all the poles. On this tent, all 3 poles are the same length, so they're all one colour, all the same length. The next thing to note on your endurance tents is that the pole sleeves have an open end and a closed end. So this is the open end. What it means is that we'll thread the poles through the open end, and at the other end there's a closed pole socket. So there's only one way to thread your poles. Watch how we do it. So you can work together as a team, helping guide the poles through the sleeve. Again, into the closed pole socket, and then one last pole. Okay, so now we have the poles loosely laid into the tent. What we want to do is each take a pole and push the tent into an arch shape. And clip this end of the pole into the eyelets, like that. Okay, the next thing is, where do you want the tent on your campsite? The great thing with this is you can pick it up and move it to wherever you want to position. Okay, now so we'll peg it, and we'll start with the 4 corners and then peg out the porch area. One little tip for when you peg out the tent is insert the pegs at a 45-degree angle, so the peg is leaning away from the tent. This gives the strongest anchor point. If needed, and if the conditions are really windy, then there are guy lines in the tent which you can pull out and peg out like this. Right, now we're going to give you a few quick tips on how to take your tent back down. Firstly, decide how you're going to carry the tent between your group. There are 2 ways in which you can carry your tent. Either you can leave the inner and outer all clipped together, or you can separate them. We would recommend you check with your group leader as to what's most appropriate. If you do decide to separate the inner from the outer, you can detach it with these connecting toggles here. Just unclip them like this. Right, now we're just going to do up the zips. And just a little tip for the inner tent is, if you leave the inner zip open by a short section, that will allow the air to escape when you're rolling the tent up later. Here's an easy way to roll the guy line away. Just fold it loosely around your hand and slip the whole guy line into this handy little storage pocket that you'll find on all endurance tents. Now it's important to push the poles out of the sleeve. Don't pull from that end, push out. So this is how we'd fold up this tent. First of all, we'd fold in the porches, and then we'd fold the rectangle shaped ground sheet into 4, like this. As you can see, here's the inner zip door, nice and open so the air can escape. We take the poles and we roll the whole tent as tightly as possible around the pole. Pop the pegs in the top and you're done.
Thanks, and we wish you the best in your expeditions. If you have any questions about our endurance products, please email us at sales@accesskit.co.uk or call us on 0800 310 1412